How does somebody leave their child in the car in the middle of summer for hours and not realize it? This happens every year and not that infrequently. And that is the question that I always hear. So I'm going to explain it to you so that all of you perfect parents out there can stop being so judgy and so that we can actually figure out a solution to this problem. The vast majority of these situations are accidental, and the vast majority happens when there has been a change in routine. And it usually happens when it is somebody driving the child who does not typically drive that child at that time of day to whatever that location is. So, for example, let's say mom is the one who always drives the child to daycare every single day. But mom happens to have an appointment, so they made an arrangement for dad to drive the child to daycare that day. Dad is used to going from home to work every single day. That is his usual routine. Our brain is literally trained to operate based on that routine that you do every single day. And if there's going to be a break in that routine, you have to actively engage your mind and remind yourself of that over and over again. So on top of the fact that dad never has to make that detour to go to the daycare and he always goes from home to work, he's probably thinking about all the tasks that he has to do when he gets there. And who knows what else that person's thinking about in their mind on their way from home to work without thinking about the fact that they have to stop somewhere else for the first time, because it's not something that they typically do. Then the child falls asleep, he's not making any noise, dad goes to work and doesn't even think twice about the fact that he didn't drop the kid off. And when you say things like, well, I bet he'd never forget his phone in the car, can't believe he would forget his child, remember that your phone has become a constant part of your daily routine. You probably don't go more than 5 or 10 minutes without checking your phone. In fact, when you get out of your car, you're probably on your phone, either talking, scrolling on social media, answering emails, whatever it is, as you're walking into work. So yes, you would realize very quickly that you didn't have your phone on you. But if you're not a stay-at-home parent, you're probably not thinking or looking after your child 24/7. And if you have never driven them to daycare and today is the first time and they fell asleep in the car and you drove yourself to work without realizing it, it can happen. And it does happen. So it doesn't matter if you can't understand how it happens. It is an unimaginable tragedy that happens over and over again every single year. The only way to prevent this is to not rely on every single parent and person individually, because this will keep happening. Something needs to be invented that is a requirement in every single car or every car seat. I can't come up with all the logistics of it right now, but it needs to set off some sort of alarm that realizes that there is a child in the car without the car being on. And after a certain amount of time, that alarm needs to notify the police. This should be passed as a law, just like there are seatbelts in every single car. This is the only way that we are going to prevent any more of these cases from happening. The accidental ones and even the extremely rare non-accidental ones. So let's make it happen. I don't know where to start. If you do, message me and let's get it going.